Hi everyone, it's Susie from the Smoky Lake Public Library and welcome to After School Adventures. So this week I thought we could do a couple of really cool crafts. So first I want to do a tie-dye shirt with you guys. So hopefully you have all the stuff you need at home already because we're actually going to be using markers to tie-dye our shirt. And then secondly, I want to make a rain stick with you guys. So let's get started on our tie-dye shirt. All right, so for our tie-dye shirt, what you will need are some permanent markers. So something like Sharpie, because there's a lot of markers out there that are washable. So you don't want that because then it's not gonna stick. So you need permanent markers. You need rubbing alcohol. You need a t-shirt that you don't mind staining because this is gonna stick. And usually white will work the best just because it'll show up best, the different colors. But you'll need then just a piece of cardboard to stick inside your shirt so that it doesn't run through to the other side. So the color's only on the front and it doesn't get on the back. And then you'll need something to spread your rubbing alcohol with. So you just want little drops of alcohol. So if you have something like a dropper where it is just little drop at a time, that would be perfect. Or you can use a Q-tip or a straw, so something like that. But let's get started. So we're gonna start by sticking our cardboard in our shirt. So right where you're gonna be working is where you want the cardboard to sit. And then we can get designing. So probably the best way to start, at least, is to start with a circle shape. So what you wanna do is take a color and draw a little circle of dots. So just dot, 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 dot. And then you can take another color and do a circle of dots around that. And then maybe I'll do one more for this one here. All right, so this is what I mean. So just like that. And then you might want to do all the different designs at once, or you might want to kind of do some rubbing alcohol in between. But then once you have your design ready, you take your rubbing alcohol and you place a drop right in the center. And then the color should start to fan out. So if you did a really big dot, you might need a couple drops, but try and keep dropping them right in the middle, and then they'll fan out from the middle. And then the different colors will start to combine. All right, so it's just going to take some time, so you just have to wait a minute. But I'll show you how mine's looking so far. It's pretty much done. So if you can see, different colors have kind of bled around. So go ahead and play around with this. Try a few different patterns, do the dots closer or further apart and see what kind of effect you like. But that's basically it for the first step, is just drawing and dropping on that rubbing alcohol. Let's see how this design works out. So there's how that one's working. And I'll try this one last. Something I'm noticing is keeping to primary colors is kind of nice. So the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue, right? So those are the colors that kind of make up every other color. Like if you mix yellow and green, not yellow and green, yellow and blue, you get green. So that kind of thing. So then it kind of keeps you from having yucky brown colors if you stick to the primary colors. Ooh, that was my favorite one. Look at that one. So I would say keep your dots nice and far apart and you'll get something really, really cool. But then once you're done with your design, I think I'll probably do a little bit more, but once I'm done, what you want to do is let it dry. So you can let it dry just flat how it is sitting. And then once it's totally dry, get your mom or dad to iron it. And that will help set the colors so then they don't come out in the wash. But that's it for the tie-dye shirt. Now let's get on to our rain sticks. Alright, so now let's make our rain sticks. So what a rain stick is, it's just a stick that's hollow and it has something inside that makes the sound of rain. So when you turn it one way, it'll sound like falling rain. So what we're going to use to make that stick is just a paper towel tube. I've already kind of decorated mine. And then you'll need some tin foil. You'll need something to make the rain sound. So something small. So I'm using rice. You could use something like bird seed or some small beads, something like that. And then you'll also need some tape. So first step is to decorate your tube, which I've already done, but you guys can go ahead and do that. And then we're going to seal up the end, one end of our tube. So all I'm going to do is use some tape. If you want it to look a little nicer, you can use like a cutout of paper that is the size of the opening and kind of glue it in. But that's going to be a lot more finicky, so I'm just going to use some tape. So I'm just going to place it over top, going over the sides, and then just do that all the way until it is covered up. So I'll show you how I did the first strand. So just like that. So I'm going to keep doing that a little bit until the end of my tube is totally covered. Alright, so here's how it's looking. So it's just overlapping. And then I'm just going to take a nice long piece of tape to kind of clean up the ripped bits and place it along the edge. So we've got a nice clean stop. Just like that. Alright, so once you have this end nice and secure, you can just set aside your roll for now. And now we're going to take our tin foil. And the tin foil is going to make kind of a stopper in the middle of our tube so that the rain falls slowly instead of just going whoosh. So what you need to do is take your tin foil and then you're going to kind of loosely crumple up a piece of tin foil that is about the width of your paper towel tube but slightly smaller because it needs to fit inside and it needs a little bit of room for the rice to run through, right? And then also slightly shorter, so you don't want it to go all the way to the top of your tube, so maybe just leaving like an inch, we'll say, of space. So go ahead and make that that tin foil tube up. So it's going to be a little tricky. You might need to trim it down. And I'll do it on camera, but I'm going to turn off the sound because it's going to be loud. Okay, so here is my crumpled up piece of tin foil. So you see it's not like tight, but it's just kind of loosely crumpled, and you want lots of little grooves. And you can see when I go to slide it in, it fits in pretty snugly, but it's still sliding in pretty easily. So That is good. So let's jam that in there. And now what we need to do is add our rice or seed or whatever you have. Alright, so this is a 1/2 cup measure. So I'm going to scoop about just under a 1/2 cup here, and then we're going to throw it in. You maybe want to make a funnel out of some paper first. Okay, now let's try at it. Okay, so I didn't quite add the full 1/2 cup, but I'm pretty happy with the amount. So just kind of give it a shake, see how it feels, and then we'll just tape up the other side, and then that's it. Check it out. So if you have a longer stick, this would work even better. But this one works too, right? And there you go. Alright guys, that's all I have this week for this video. I hope you had fun making these crafts. Definitely try this tie-dye thing. I tried a few different methods and I really like some of the results, so don't be afraid to experiment with it because I think it's really, really easy and really, really fun. And I hope you also had fun making your rain sticks. I know we don't really want the rain, but sometimes it's nice to have the soothing sound. That's all I have this week, but I'll be back next week with another video, and I hope I see you guys then. Bye!